I need the scoop.
A mother refuses to attend her daughter's party because it's jokingly called a gender reveal for a pet lizard. This seemingly simple disagreement erupts into a family rift that exposes years of deeper tensions. Reddit users were stunned as this viral story unfolded, revealing shocking truths about acceptance, identity, and the painful consequences of conditional love. Get ready for a heartbreaking tale of a mother who couldn't see past her own expectations and the devastating impact it had on her relationship with her daughter.
This is a story about a conflict between a 48-year-old mother and her 23-year-old daughter over a blue-tongue skink. My daughter heavily adores this lizard and jokingly refers to it as her daughter. I've found it weird, but she explains it's because it's the closest thing she'd have to a child, as she feels a strong emotional bond similar to what one might feel for a child. She has decided to remain child-free for multiple reasons, and I have tried to be supportive of this decision. Recently, she took her skink to the vet for a checkup and was excited to find out her skink's gender. Afterwards, I got a text asking if I'd come to her gender reveal party. She explained it was just a small get-together with cake and food for her friends she hadn't seen in a while, with the gender reveal being mostly a joke and a way to make fun of real gender reveals. I didn't attend the party. I didn't see a point. It's just a lizard, and I'm a busy person. She later called me and expressed she was kind of sad I didn't come because it had been a while since I'd seen her, but she understood I was busy. I told her she couldn't actually expect me to come to a gender reveal for a lizard. She responded that it wasn't a real gender reveal. That was more of a joke, and it was really just a small gathering to catch up with everyone. I told her if that was the case, she should have just called it a gathering because I'm not coming to a gender reveal unless it's for a real granddaughter. She got quiet for a minute and then turned my words around, claiming I wasn't supportive of her decision to be child-free. I told her she can't possibly expect me to treat a lizard as a granddaughter. She said she didn't expect me to, but it was clear I didn't respect her bond with her lizard and her decision to be child-free. She added that she just wanted to see me, and my reason for not coming was hurtful. I told her she was being ridiculous over a lizard. She claimed it wasn't about the lizard, it was a gathering and not even centered around the lizard. But I stand by what I said. It's ridiculous to have a gender reveal for a lizard. She hung up, and I got a message from her best friend about how I'm being insensitive for treating her that way. The truth is, my issue was that she called the party a gender reveal. If she had called it just a party, I would have come, but calling it a gender reveal made it sound like it was for the lizard, and I wasn't going to attend that, even if it was a joke. For the record, the skink turned out to be female, which is why I specifically said, I'm not coming to a gender reveal unless it's for a real granddaughter. Even though I don't fully agree with my daughter for being child-free, I have tried to be supportive despite my occasional frustration. She claims she's asexual, doesn't want children, has emotional baggage and feels unable to care for a real child, fears pregnancy, and has a carrier gene like me. She doesn't want to go through what I did. I had 4 miscarriages and a highly defective child that died after 3 months due to the gene. There has been some tension between us because I think she just hasn't found the right man. She never dated growing up, and I believe her other fears are unnecessarily exaggerated. But it's ultimately her decision, and I don't resent her for it. We hadn't seen each other in 3 months before this incident. I'm a single mother, and we have always been close, which is why she invited me along with her friends. I just didn't want to go to a party centered around a lizard, and if it wasn't about the lizard, she should have called it a regular party instead of a gender reveal. I don't have any particular feelings for the lizard. I think it looks like a snake, which freaks me out, and it's incapable of feeling emotions, so I don't understand why she feels a bond with it. She even named it Ellie, a human name, so she can tell people, I have to get home to Ellie, which allows her to act like she's busy with a child at home. I believe this is an unhealthy way to cope with her social anxiety. She should learn to get comfortable with saying no instead of using a lizard as an excuse to neglect social obligations. For the party itself, she bought a cake that said, "It's a girl," and popped a pink sparkly glitter popper, which I think is ridiculous. The lizard can't appreciate or love this attention. It can't even feel emotions.
The community overwhelmingly sided against the mother, with many pointing out her dismissive attitude toward her daughter's identity and choices. As tensions escalated, someone unexpected entered the conversation to provide crucial context. The next day, the daughter's best friend discovered the post and decided to reveal the full story that had been carefully omitted.
YTA, and I'm surprised you had the gall to post this knowing she frequents Reddit. This is the best friend that texted you. You blocked my number, not that it matters. You know it wasn't about the reveal. It was an excuse to hold a party. We had fun without you. The lizard had an adorable tiny party hat. We had cake that said, "It's a girl," and we popped a glittery, sparkly party popper. It got all over the walls and ceiling and our friend John, and we started making jokes like, "Call the EMS for John," and "They do say gender reveals are dangerous. Who knew?" But I'm sure she sent you the video so you know what you missed out on. We made fun of it for the most part, and blasted The Last of Us music since that's where Ellie's name comes from. Not because she wanted an excuse for her social anxiety. She struggled with her identity for years and you were never supportive. When she was trying to figure out if she was lesbian, you sat her down for 30 minutes and explained how it's normal to get feelings confused, but people weren't meant to like the same gender, and it was probably just friendship feelings she was confusing. You're part of the reason she never explored her sexuality further with your sex is natural, and you can't have a relationship without sex comments. You knew not only is she mildly autistic and already struggles to understand and comprehend her emotions, but she's also a victim of a negative experience. You know she has a codependency issue and living by herself has been really difficult for her to overcome, and Ellie has helped immensely. She was upset you didn't come when she wanted to see you because she adores you, and you didn't even call her for Thanksgiving.
Sometimes the smallest moments reveal the deepest truths about our relationships and what it means to truly accept someone for who they are. Subscribe to stay connected with more stories that explore the complex dynamics between parents and children. Share your thoughts on setting boundaries with family members in the comments below, and check out our recommended video about navigating relationships when your identity isn't fully accepted by those closest to you.